tinawag na picoRNA or picornavirus because it is the smallest RNA virus. It is the smallest in terms of variant size and genetic complexity. And your picoRNA or your picornavirus can be subdivided into several other viruses. So, merong enterohepatovirus under which you have your hepatitis A virus, pero we will not discuss that. We have your parechovirus, your cardiovirus, and your aptovirus. But what we will discuss this morning is more of the enterovirus. So under your enterovirus, you have your polioviruses, Kawasaki, and rhinoviruses. Okay, finally. Okay, again, bawal lang nilagay yung laptop ko siguro, no? So, your picoRNA viruses are the smallest. So, that is why they are called pico or pico, no? Kaya siya tinawag na picornavirus, no? Again, it is subdivided into the following, the 5, no? But we will tackle more on your enterovirus because under your enterovirus, you also have several, no? And one of those is your poliovirus, okay? So your picoRNA virus can be subdivided for your human, no? Yung medically important to humans, divided into your enterovirus and your rhinovirus. For your enteroviruses, entero, so meaning they are stable at acid pH, okay? So they can withstand your acidity, no? So again, it is stable at 3 to 5 pH, no? And it can be grown at 37 degrees in human and monkey cells kasi nga virus siya. So dapat meron siyang cells na for its growth. Okay? However, your rhinoviruses can be isolated in the respiratory tract, mostly in the upper respiratory lang, no? Nose and throat. Your enteroc can be seen in the alimentary tract and also in the throat. Okay? But your rhino, upper respiratory tract lang, and this is acid labile. That is why hindi siya nakikita sa GI tract. And it is recovered only in human cells at a slightly colder temperature at 33 degrees. Okay. So you will find this table in your book. It's a table of characteristics of the human picoRNA viruses. As you can see here, your enteroviruses, again, pwede siya makita sa throat and the lower intestine, but your rhinoviruses are only seen in the upper respiratory tract. Okay? And ito nga lang yung acid labile, yung inyong rhinovirus. So, your polio. So, polio, I think you have heard of this, but this is already eradicated, kaya hindi na masyado nakakakita sa clinics, no? So, this has 3 antigenic types based on epitopes found in this particular virus. The primary multiplication takes place in the oropharynx or the intestine. So, this virus is regularly present in the throat and in stools before the onset of illness. So, even before a patient has a symptom, if the patient has the poliovirus, meron na siya sa kanyang throat and stools, no? And it can also be excreted for several weeks even if there is already high antibody levels in the blood. So, antibodies to the virus appear early in the disease, and this virus can spread along the axons of the peripheral nerves down to the central nervous system, and it continues to progress along the fibers of the lower motor neurons. Therefore, it leads to the destruction of the nerves of the voluntary muscles. So, it causes poliomyelitis, which is an acute infectious disease that is in serious form can affect the central nervous system. And it destructs motor neurons in the spinal cord, resulting to your flaccid paralysis. Yung alam niyo yung flaccid paralysis, you have already studied that in your physiology, right? So, this form of paralysis in your polymyelitis is flaccid paralysis. And the incubation period is 7 to 14 days, so roughly 1 to 2 weeks. Most infections are subclinical. Subclinical meaning they actually do not have presenting symptoms, no? And only about 1% of infections result in clinical illness. So the mild disease of your polymyelitis is the most common form, again, because it causes only your usual viral symptoms, no? Fever, headaches, vomiting, constipation, sometimes there is sore throat, and recovery occurs in a few days. So again, even if you do not have any antiviral, the individual or the patient recovers. You also have the non-paralytic poliomyelitis form, which causes your aseptic meningitis. In this type of polio, patient has stiffness and back pain, no? Which all last 2 to 10 days only. And recovery is rapid and complete. So this is non-paralytic poliomyelitis. So it is nice to know that poliovirus is one of the viruses that produces what you call aseptic meningitis, meaning in the CSF, walang specific na picture, okay? Kasi usually, if there is meningitis, the CSF picture will tell you kung anong infection, no? So, but sometimes it may present as aseptic meningitis, meaning clean yung kanyang CSF test, no? Pero actually, this patient could have your viral infection. Okay? Paralytic polymyelitis, this one is the predominating complaint is the flaccid paralysis. which results because of the lower motor neuron damage. So this one, in coordination with secondary brainstem invasion and painful spasms of non-paralyzed muscles, this type of poliomyelitis occurs. And maximal recovery is usually within 6 months. So mas matagal siya if it is paralytic poliomyelitis. And there could be some residual paralysis. Next is your progressive post-poliomyelitis muscle atrophy. I think you might be seeing some of this, no? But mostly in the elderly na. Kasi nga, in the late stage na, the polio is already eradicated. But maybe in the 70s or the 80s, meron pa rin cases ng polio at that time. And during those times, doon yung makikita ninyo yung sinasabi nila na mas maliit yung isang leg ng isang individual dahil nagka-polio siya ng bata, no? So because of progressive post-poliomyelitis muscle atrophy. So there is persistence of the muscle atrophy, but yung virus, wala na. Pero nandun na yung atrophy. Okay? So poliovirus is uncommonly, so this is not usually recovered in CSF. Kasi nga, sabi nga natin, aseptic meningitis yung kinakos niya, no? But isolation is generally in the serum or sometimes in the stool also by PCR, no? Immunity is permanent based on the particular epitope, no? Kasi sabi nga natin, tatlo yung epitopes niya, no? Passive immunity is transferred from mother to offspring, and the maternal antibodies gradually disappear during the first 6 months of life. If passively administered na immunoglobulin, mas mabilis yung pagkawala nun sa system ng isang newborn, no? Only 3 to 5 weeks. So, but this type of virus, again, is eradicated because we have vaccination. Okay? So, we have 2 types of vaccine for your polio. One is your Salk polio vaccine. This is a formalin inactivated vaccine, and it induces humoral antibodies, but it does not induce local intestinal immunity so that the virus is still able to multiply in the gut. So, the Salk vaccine, so Salk, no, killed. So this is a killed or inactivated form of your polio vaccine. Okay? The other one is your Sabin. So your Sabin, this one is live attenuated, and this is oral vaccine. So that is why this particular vaccine can produce not only your IgM and your IgG, but also your IgA. Kasi dumadaan siya sa gut. Okay? So, may napo-form na secretory IgA antibodies in the intestine. Okay? So, like I said, generally in your viruses, there are no antiviral drugs, no, for the treatment of this infection. Treatment is symptomatic, meaning whatever the symptom of the patient, you give medication. So if there is fever, you give antipyretic. If there is sore throat, you give also something for the throat, no, yung mga gargle, no, like that. So, or if there is loose bowel movement, because sometimes there can be also loose bowel movement, you give hydration and electrolyte. So, that is for your polio virus. Next is your Kawasaki virus. So, your Kawasaki virus can produce a variety of illnesses in humans, no? It can also cause your aseptic meningitis and some respiratory and undifferentiated febrile illnesses. But, medically important ones are your Kawasaki group A and B. So, for your group A, this causes your vesicular pharyngitis or your herpangina. So, ano yan, masakit na, yung parang sore throat, pero super sakit, and then meron nga siyang makikita kang mga vesicular lesions sa throat. Okay? Hand, foot, and mouth disease, this is usually seen in toddlers, no, in children, yung hand, foot, and mouth disease. Some can also cause acute hemorrhagic conjunctivitis. So that is for your Kawasaki A. For your Kawasaki B, mostly related to the cardiac, no? So it may cause your pleurodemia, which is known also as your epidemic myalgia, myocarditis, pericarditis, and in infants, it can cause severe generalized disease of infants. So first is your herpangina. So this is a severe febrile pharyngitis caused by group A Kawasaki. So there is said to be onset of fever and sore throat with discrete vesicles on the posterior half of the palate, pharynx, tonsils, and tongue. So, hindi lahat ng sore throat ay binibigyan ng antibiotic kasi you don't know if it could be your Kawasaki A din pala, no? Illness is self-limited and this is most frequently seen in small children. So, kadalasan sa children din ito nakikita. Hand, foot, and mouth disease also, I think, a few months or a few years back, meron parang sort of outbreak yan sa kids. No? So, this is characterized by oral and pharyngeal ulcerations and a vesicular rash on palms and soles. No? And it can sometimes spread to the arms and legs. So, this virus may be recovered not only from the stool, kasi nga enterovirus ito, di ba? So, makikita siya definitely sa stool. But, of course, also in the pharyngeal secretions and dun sa mga sugat, no? Nakakakuha ka rin ng Kawasaki A virus. So, majority of your hand, foot, and mouth disease is from Kawasaki A. Next is your pleurodemia. So, this is also known as epidemic myalgia, again, mostly caused by your group B. And this presents as fever and stabbing chest pain. So, this could present as parang may ACS, no? Kasi masakit yung dibdib, no? But this is usually abrupt in onset and sometimes the chest pain may last 2 weeks, 2 days to 2 weeks, no? In some cases, there might be abdominal pain, but illness is self-limited again because this is a virus and recovery is complete. So, usually, if they present with pleurodemia, of course, you have to rule out a possibility of a cardiac event. No? Baka meron siyang acute coronary syndrome. But if it turns out to be negative, then it could be possibly because of a viral infection. Myocarditis. So myocarditis is inflammation of the muscle of the heart, but it can also be as pericarditis, meaning naman yung membrane, no? Yung pericardium yung may inflammation. So both of them can be caused by your Kawasaki B. Infections may be fatal in neonates and may cause permanent damage if it happens in the neonates, okay? But in adults, it can present also as well as in children. So persistent viral infections of the heart muscle may occur and eventually lead to a chronic inflammation. So pwedeng mag-lead to heart failure actually yung myocarditis. So some common colds and undifferentiated febrile illnesses can also be caused by your Kawasaki virus. No? It is estimated that 15 to 20% of respiratory tract infections are from your enteroviruses. Generalized disease of infants typically caused by Kawasaki B. Again, this disease may sometimes be acquired transplacentally and the clinical course may be rapidly fatal or if patient recovers completely naman. So, hindi natin din sure, no? Kasi nga, it is self-limiting. We cannot actually give anything to the infant. Okay? In general, your Kawasaki virus, laboratory diagnosis is through virus isolation, nucleic acid detection, or your serologic testing. So for your Kawasaki, unlike your polio, there are no vaccines and there are also no antiviral drugs. What we give is only symptomatic treatment. For rhinoviruses, so these are the common colds. No? Your rhinoviruses are common colds And there are more than 150 types that are known. So, talagang pag nagkasipon ka, pwedeng paulit-ulit kasi 150 ang types ng rhinoviruses. Okay? So, this is most commonly recovered from people with mild upper respiratory illnesses and responsible for half of asthma exacerbation. So, for those asthma, di ba, ang isa sa kanilang mga risk factors for exacerbation is a viral infection, and one of which could be your rhinovirus. So, your rhinoviruses, it enters the upper respiratory tract, but the replication is only in the surface epithelium of the nasal mucosa. Kaya nga siya tinawag na rhinovirus kasi nandoon lang siya sa nasal mucosa. Okay? So, they rarely cause lower respiratory tract disease in healthy individuals. But again, in those who have asthmatic, no, yung mga asthmatic, they can eventually cause lower respiratory tract infection or pneumonia. So, but in general, ano lang siya, mild disease lang siya kasi nasa upper respiratory tract lang siya. The incubation period is usually 2 to 4 days, so very short ang incubation period. And the actual illness can also be short lang din. It can last for 7 days, although a non-productive cough may persist for 2 to 3 weeks. So, an average adult can have 1 or 2 attacks of your rhinovirus each year. And the usual symptoms include sneezing, nasal obstruction, nasal discharge, sore throat, pwede rin magkaroon ng mild cough, and a chilly sensation. But most of the time, there is little or no fever at all. Kasi nga mild lang ang nakakos ng rhinovirus. So there is no distinctive finding that can permit us to say that this is a rhinovirus. Kasi nga, even other viruses can cause the usual upper respiratory tract infection. In some cases, secondary bacterial infection may eventually produce otitis media, sinusitis, bronchitis, or pneumonitis, especially in children. So, the neutralizing antibody for your rhinovirus develops in the serum and secretion of most persons, but this can persist for years but eventually decreases in titer. So, nawawala rin yung antibodies. So, eventually, pwede ka pa rin magkaroon ng rhinovirus infection ulit. And like your Kawasaki, there is no specific prevention method or treatment available. So, there is no vaccination for your rhinovirus. Of course, yung hand washing and hand hygiene pa rin, and proper cough or sneezing etiquette. So, yun lang din yung mga practice na pwedeng ma-prevent yung infection of your rhinovirus. We have your echoviruses, which is your enteric, cytopathogenic, human orphan viruses. These are group of viruses that also infect the enteric tract, but they can cause several diseases, but I will not touch on that anymore. It is nice to know that it is under your picoRNA virus as well as your par echovirus because most of these are only seen in mild gastrointestinal respiratory illnesses, and some of them are in animals din. So, hindi siya masyadong nakikita sa humans. Okay? So, that is for your picoRNA. Do you have any questions for your picoRNA? Ano kaya next natin? Rabies na lang muna. Kasi marami siguro may dogs dito, no? Okay. Kasi ako ulit. So, your rabies virus, and we will also touch a little on your prion diseases. Okay. So, your rabies virus, this is one of the neglected tropical diseases according to WHO, no? So, along with those with SARS, okay? So, rabies is one. And our country, unfortunately, has high risk for rabies. So, as you can see there, the blue-colored one has high risk for rabies, and we are colored blue. Okay. So, this is actually an old file already, but they have not released a new one. So, in the Philippines, there are still increasing records of your rabies reported cases, but this is actually actually a project of the DOH that the Philippines could be rabies free. I think the target is 2030, but I'm not sure if we can achieve that. Pero for now, the DOH is doing all its efforts para ma-decrease yung levels ng rabies. But as you can see there are several confirmed cases of rabies. Okay? And the median age is at 50 years old, and majority of the census is among men. Okay? And 92% is secondary to cat bites, dog bites, and 5% cat bites, and the others from other animals. So this just shows us that exposure to rabies could be 21 days kasi yung possible incubation period. If there is vaccination, dapat within the 22 days, as much as possible na as early as after the bite magkaroon ng vaccination. But if there will be no vaccination, once there is symptoms, hindi na siya magagamot. No? And eventually, the patient can be admitted, but as you can see, 46 days admit ang patient. Kunwari, 3 days, nagkaroon siya ng symptom. And then, after 3 days pa siya nagpa-admit. Kasi usually, gano'n naman hanggang mo nang papadala. But, once admitted and the patient is already experiencing CNS symptoms, wala namang 1 day o. 24 to 48 hours, these patients already died. No? So, the rabies virus is the major medically important rhabdovirus. So your rabies is under your rhabdoviridae. So it is an acute infection of the CNS that is almost always fatal, and it is usually transmitted to humans from the bite of a rabid animal. So this is how it looks like under the electron microscope. It is said to have your bullet shape or rod shape virus. So that is your rabies virus. And this is under the genus Lissa virus. It is a single-stranded negative sense RNA. Okay, so that is nice to know. So the rabies virus is killed rapidly by the following. So exposure to UV rays or the sunlight, extreme heat, solvents, trypsin, detergents, and extremes of pH. So all warm-blooded animals, including humans, can be affected. And this table shows us the susceptibility of these animals to rabies. As you can see, mas mataas pa nga yung susceptibility ng cats rather than the dogs. No? So moderate susceptibility lang yung dog. But mas marami yung cases ng dog bites sa Philippines. No? But of course, there are also other animals that can cause rabies. So one of them also are bats. No? Actually, sa bat nga galing yung rabies. No? So, and your rabbits can also cause. You can see there that there are cotton rats that are very high for rabies. No? But yung cotton rats kasi parang ito yung parang dagang bukid yata yun. It's not the ratus-ratus na nakikita sa bahay. No? Kasi you might notice in the emergency room, if a rat bite, house rat bite, hindi binibigyan ng anti-rabies dito sa Philippines, no? Because according to literature, the ratus-ratus or yung dito sa city na rat or dun sa mga bahay na nakikita, hindi naman sila nakakapag-transmit ng rabies virus. Leptospirosis, oo, pero yung rabies virus, walang documentation. Kaya hindi binibigyan ng anti-rabies yung mga nakakagat ng daga. Usually, anti-tetanus na yung binibigay sa kanila. No? So, but yung cotton rats na yan ay very high. So, that is usually a different type of rat. No? Hindi yung ratus-ratus na nakikita natin. Okay? So, the hematophagous vampire bats are the ones that have the rabies virus, pero wala silang disease. No? So the bats actually carry the virus, but they do not present any symptom. So for the pathogenesis, The mode of transmission could be a direct bite or contact with saliva or body fluid of an infected animal or person. And another mode of transmission is transplant of infected cornea or solid organ. So it usually, the virus inoculation, as you can see here from the kagat, no? It can have a viral replication in the muscle, and the virus enters the peripheral nervous system and eventually ascend to the central nervous system, wherein infection of the spinal cord, brainstem, cerebellum, and other structures, and eventually saka magkakaroon ng symptoms. So, the farther the bite site, mas matagal yung pagkakaroon ng symptom. But it is not always that case. Okay? So, wag din magpapakampante na kapag sa paalam na kagat ay okay lang yun kasi malayo naman siya sa brain, no? So, it multiplies in the muscle or connective tissue at the site of inoculation, and then it goes and spreads to the CNS. So, accordingly, it is said that the highest viral titer for the rabies virus is the submaxillary gland. And in the literature, it has not been isolated from the blood of infected person. So in humans, nakikita siya sa salivary glands, no? But in the blood, you will not be able to detect the virus. So you have stages of rabies infection. Of course, the first one is the inoculation, followed by an incubation period. So the incubation period is very, hindi siya masyadong specific, no? Because in 5 days or sometimes may case na parang 2 years ata before nagkaroon, no? So masyadong, hindi siya masyadong specific, no? You can have a prodrome of 0 to 10 days, meaning the prodrome, the patient has symptoms that are parang non-specific viral symptoms. Pwede sumakit yung lalamunan, no? Based on accounts of previous rabies patients that I saw, may sumakit lang yung lalamunan, parang nilagnat, no? Sumama ang pakiramdam, no? So, it's very non-specific, the prodrome phase of